Today we're going to look at how to use visual models for manipulating fractions. Today we're going to focus on a word problem to do this. And the word problem says, a recipe for butterscotch brownies calls for 3/4 of a cup of butterscotch chips. You are making a half of the recipe. How many cups of chips do you need? So for this, we're going to focus on using our visual, which would be an area model in this case. Now for visuals, you can use all kinds of things, including blocks. You can use the regular method, which is cross multiplication, but we're going to focus on only visual models. So we want to use things that we can basically draw or use with our hands, like blocks and pictures. So here we're going to use 3/4, and the color green is going to represent the 3/4 of a cup. So we have 3/4. So we have 1/4 here. We have 2/4. And we have 3/4. Now mind you, for this area model, we also have to represent the half. So we're going to cut the box in half. And we're going to represent the half method with blue. And so what we're going to do is overlap if necessary. So we have a whole half, and so we need to color in this whole section. Now mind you, we're only going to be looking at the half that overlaps with both colors, which is right here. And this tells us we will need 3/8 of a cup of chips for half of our recipe. And the reason why we know this is because we're looking at 1, 2, 3 of our whole, which would be 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We only need 3/8 of a cup for our recipe. Now the next problem we're going to look at is 2/3 times 3/4. Now for this method, of course, we're only using visuals, so we can't cross multiply. We can't do anything like that. We can't even combine them in any way. So yet again, we're going to use that area model. And we are going to break it down into 3 pieces for our 2/3. We have 1/3, 2/3. Now we need to break this same box into 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here, we're going to cover up when we have 3/4. So we're going to color this in to represent our 3/4. Now remember, we're only looking at the overlapping colors to give us our answer. So in this case, it's right here. So that means that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 would be our numerator. And how many pieces do we have in a whole? We have 6 up here, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 6 pieces of our 12 that we have. And that is how our problem works. Now the common miss errors when doing this is they look at everything they've shaded in. You're only looking at the overlapping pieces where both sections are shaded in. And that is how you do the area model, guys, and that's how you have 2 examples of how to do visual models for multiplying fractions.